Let me go over the solution for homework 8. The first problem, I ask you uh, we have again the number of hours of study and grade, and the same problem you had in for simple correlation, Pearson correlation. I asked you to sort of run regression and looking the SAS output. So I asked you feed the model grade as predicted by number of hours study, write a prediction equation. Again, your outcome is great, and the number of hours study is your independent variable. So from SAS output, easily you could find that your intercept, which is 55.53, number of hours was 5.8. So basically, that's your prediction equation. Grade equal 55.43 plus 5.8, 7x, which is your number of hours of study here. Then I ask you explain residual versus predicted plot. So the correct answer, the plot residual versus predicted show there is no pattern suggesting a specification error. So if you look at that plot, you don't see any pattern. You don't see a linear or a curve. It's just random. So that's what you wanted to see. That's the correct answer. And I ask you, in terms of test if your slope is significant. The alternative here would be your null is basically beta equal to 0. So if you look at the p-value here, number of hours, that's your slope. The p-value is less than 0.001. So you would say, since our p-value is less than 0.001, less than alpha 0.05, we reject null and conclude that the slope is different from 0. This means there is a linear relationship between hours of study and grade. So that's the correct answer. What is R squared and adjusted R squared from an ANOVA table? Both of them is 0.98. So that's the correct answer. What is 95% confidence interval for a slope? So you have your slope here of 5.87 and almost, and if you round it, and your standard error is 0.26. So easily you can use this formula to calculate your confidence interval. The only thing you have to find the reliability coefficient again at T n minus 2, which is 10 minus 2, and 0.975 is 2.306. So 5.87 plus minus 2.306 times 0.261 give you 5.2627 and 6.47. We have 95% confidence that the true beta or a slope is between 5.27 and 4.7, which is that the correct answer. What would you be would be the grade for someone who has studied 3.5 hours? So basically you replace 3.5, your equation here, prediction equation, times 5.87, and then you get 75.98. That's the correct answer. So question 2, we have again the same problem, anxiety and physical activity from the previous assignment. I ask you to write the prediction equation again from the SAS output. That's your intercept, that's your slope. So you write it would be your 99.54, anxiety equal 99.54 minus 0.87 x, which is your physical activity. You have to explain in terms of the problem. So I would not suggest leave it as x, just put it physical activity there. Again, looking at residual versus predicted plot, again, you wouldn't see any pattern. So that is the correct answer. The plot doesn't show no pattern. Again, testing the hypothesis beta equals 0. Again, looking at the p-value 0.004, you reject, you would say there is a significant difference. So number 1 is correct. What is the R square and adjusted R square? 0.80 and 0.79, 0.81 if you round it up. That's the correct answer. What would be the anxiety score for someone who has physical activity 85? So again, you 85 replace and multiply by negative 0.87 and subtract from 99.54, you get 25.58. So that's the correct answer. Again, here, anxiety 99.53 minus 0.87 times 85 give you 25. That's our prediction. The third question, we have 62 women with HIV and the survey regarding symptom management, coping, depression. So these are all variables. And now we feed the model T freak as predicted by T physics, age, TSS, time, and 7, all of those 7 variables there. The question is, which variable are significant at alpha 0.05 and asking you to write the prediction equation for prediction equation in the model. So prediction prediction equation for the model, and also we can look at which variables. So we wanted to write a prediction equation and discuss which variables are significant at alpha. Here, if you look at the prediction equation, you have several variables. So as independent, so your intercept is 1, and then all of this is your coefficient with those variables. If you look at in terms of significant, the only one 2 variable is significant at alpha 0.5, working function, and then managing the illness. And age is also physical activity. 3 variables is significant. These 3 variables, and age is borderline, almost 0.05. So our prediction equation is T freak equal 57.5, and each is coefficient by independent variable. So that's the correct answer in the model. What is R square and adjusted R square? Again, looking at R square, almost 0.4 and 0.32. That is the correct answer. Predict from multiple regression for the following subject: age 41, physical activity 20, TSS 50, TT time 10. So those are the value you want to replace in the prediction equation. So if you replace those and calculate, you get 72.44. That's your correct answer for that problem. So question 4, I ask you to look at the manuscript factor related to health promoting, and in table 3, I ask you to look at, and so tell me what statistical test was used. If you look at table 3, we had several variables in the model. So this is table 3. So if you see intercept, and those are the parameter estimate. So basically, it's multiple regression was used. Which is outcome for table 3 and 4? So the outcome for table 3 is health promoting, total health promoting, and for table 4 is interpersonal relationship. So health promoting, table 3, correct answer. How many variables are significant for white and black in table 3? So if you notice, in table 3 we had by white and black, we run the health promoting. Looking at the p-value, you can see which variable was significant. So here, Rosenberg self-esteem was significant, perceived stress was significant, social support was significant. So the other two variables, health status and social support, was borderline. So for white. For black, Rosenberg was significant. The only variable was Rosenberg significant. So the correct answer is 3 and 1 for black. What is R square for white and black in table 5? So if you look at the R square for table 5, we put it in the note section. So for white is 0.22, for black is 0.14. So it's 0.22 and 0.14 the correct answer. So I hope this feedback help you to understand and clarify. If you have any question or if you miss any problem, it clarify for you, you understood the material. And if you have still some problem and question, you can contact